Hey YouTube, Untamed here. Wanted to introduce to you my brand new 2020 Toyota 4Runner TRD Pro. Now many of you might be thinking, wait a minute, did you just paint it or didn't you just have a white TRD Pro? The answer to that question is yes. So I had a 2019 super white 4Runner TRD Pro. Yesterday, the family and I went down to a pumpkin patch about an hour away from where we live. And right after we went to the pumpkin patch, we went to his Culver's. And right after we finished that up, right across the street was a Toyota dealership, of course. And lo and behold, this guy was right out in front, right out in the corner there. And believe it or not, if you can't believe this, my wife actually pointed this out and geeked out over it a little bit more than me at first glance. So she's like, holy cow, I've never seen a green one. And I personally have never seen the Army green in person either. I was like, well, you just want to go check it out? Obviously with no intention of making a deal for it because, well, we're already driving the same exact truck. So we're like, I've never been the type of person to trade out a vehicle every other year, especially for the same one. However, my track record is a little different right now, right? But when we started poking around at it, of course, the salesman came out like a shark immediately to us. And I saw the price tag on this one. This one, fortunately, did not have that ADM, additional dealer markup, which is a little bit of an anomaly out where I live in the Colorado area. They tend to have a $5,000, at very least a $5,000 markup around here. I understand that it is not the case nationwide, though. So I figured this one, being the Army green, being the unique color in the brand new 2020, just hitting the lot, they would try to float some kind of ADM on it. So I was pleasantly surprised to see that they weren't doing that, regardless if I was going to try to buy it or not. So we started talking to the guy there, and he was telling me about all the new features on it, which I knew they had new features, but I did not realize that there was this many. So I'll do a real quick walk around here. It's not too windy today, so I think you'll be able to hear me out there. But yeah, I really just wanted to show you guys the new additions, really, on the 2020 versus the 2019. Only a year difference, and there's quite a bit different. So what did it look like money-wise? So obviously, I was not going to even entertain the idea if I was going to get, raked over the coals on a trade-in value on pretty much the same truck, right? But this is what it boiled down to. They ended up making a just under $6,000 gap between the two of them. Now you still may be wondering, like, why is that worth it? You're gonna spend $6,000 to just have a car for not even a half year. I had it only for 5 months, that TRD Pro, the white one. You're like, why would you spend $6,000 to do that? Well, good question. This is how I kind of chalked it up. Tell me if you guys agree. Since May, I bought it May 1st, pretty much, the white one. I managed to put on just over 12,000 miles on the white one there. So 12,000 miles, a couple oil changes under its belt. The outdated tech, which you're going to see here in a second on the old one. So this is much more modernized. Obviously a brand new year, so 1 year newer. So that would be the benefit of getting this one too. The cool color. I'd be lying if I said that, that was not a factor for me, but it was. So in addition with the tech, I'm going to show you here in a second all the additional little perks that this one has, like safety perks, lane assistance, radar detection. You'll see kind of there on the front. I'll show you here in a second. What else? Mainly just the dash itself. It has the much needed update and refresh in the dash. What else? And the center console, so the actual navigation screen and all that, it just looks a lot more 21st century, if I'm being honest. But at the same time, when I bought the 2019, I understood that is a large reason why people actually gravitate to these rigs, because they are kind of that older, that classic, more brutish feel and look, right? And I understand that, and I appreciate that too. So we managed to get it to about 5,800, the gap between the two. So that in itself was enough for me to pull the trigger on it, really, between me loving it and my wife absolutely loving the color of it. In addition to that, though, he let me swap over the side rails here. So my Predator side steps, it's like $500 roughly. So he let me pop those on here, and I threw in, of course, the all-weather floor mats in this one. So it was pretty cool. So let's do a quick walk around. I don't know, I do wonder if I wonder if the green will become old over time. I hope not, because I mean, at least right now, my wife and I absolutely love it. It's super unique. Here's this the radar, so for adaptive cruise control, as well as the lane assist. So that's pretty neat. And crash detection before it happens, alerts you. It's pretty cool. Same wheels, same Nito Terra Grappler tires, same exact tires. Again, it's probably the dirtiest part in the entire vehicle because they were on the other 4Runner. These are the Predator side steps from Toyota. Toyota charges like $650 for them. But I think you can buy them secondhand or from other aftermarket. Same exact thing. It's probably, I think, for like $450 or $500. Excuse me. Give you a different angle here. So yeah, it looks like almost like an olive when the sun is hitting it directly. But you know, of course, when it's in the dark, it looks, or in the shade, it looks a little different. Still has the roof rack, which was new on the 2019. So that's new. Well, not new, but 2019 is still there. Some people are pretty indifferent about that from what I'm reading. People, I don't know, they either hate it or love it. I personally am in the love it category, of course. TRD Pro. Oh, and one thing that I did not realize this one had until pretty much I was buying it was the TRD cat back exhaust. Obviously nothing too sporty, too crazy, but it definitely adds a nice tone to it in my opinion. My Tacoma TRD Pro that I had back in 2017, it had the same exhaust, and I did appreciate, you know, the little bit of a rumble that it had, although it is not a lot, but noticeable. So this is new. If it was to focus. So lock and unlock here. That is new. Different angle here. So not the best lighting there. Well, oh, one other thing is, has the automatic sensors. When you put your hand in here, I don't know if actually, oh, it's unlocked as it is, but put your hand in here and it'll automatically unlock, or press right there and it can lock for you. So really cool. My 2017 Tacoma TRD Pro had that, but the 4Runners were definitely behind on the times when it comes to that feature. And a little neat thing that the dealership had already done was it put the clear bra protection on the inside of all the door handles, as well as, you can kind of see it here maybe. I'm trying to get a better angle. We have it on the entire front end too. You can kind of see the line there going all across. So the whole front face is protected, which is pretty neat. My 2019 did not have that, and it was already starting to get some chips. However, I purposely decided not to put it on the white, because whenever you put a clear bra on white, it typically yellows a little bit. Even the newer products, over time, I think they do yellow a little bit. You can notice it better. But yeah, let's hop in real quick. So I still have the TRD skid plate in the front. Hop in here. It has the TRD Pro all-weather floor mats all throughout. And this is kind of what blew me away. Definitely refreshed in here. And I wish I actually might have another video of my 2019, but check out the 2019s compared to this. It looks almost ancient by comparison. So same seats. This is the same right here. No differences. Well, let me fire it up here. So the dash is way different. I'm gonna pull up here in a second too, so you can see a little bit better in the shade. I'll fire it up. Oh, by the way, that is new on 2020. Oh my gosh, I'm already in love with that. I mean, my Raptor has that, and yeah, I tell you what, bouncing between the 2019 and my Raptor, I'd always, subconsciously put my hand up here at nothing with the 2019. So it is definitely nice having this. But then again, people will argue with more electronics, more tech, more problems, right? So there's goodness and bad to it. Look at that. That is entirely different from the 2019. The 2019 had a center screen about half that size, and it was like pixelated from 2001. This is super blocky text, whereas this one is, high resolution, and it looks great. Even the RPM gauge, the tachometer here, and the speedo, they look a lot better. Just a lot more modern. It is what it really comes down to. I'll pull up a little bit, get in the shade. That'll help out a little bit. Might be a little better. All right, so yeah, 130 miles on it. Just got it yesterday. Check this out. Hopefully it's showing okay. But this is miles ahead of that last one. The last one, I think, don't quote me, I think it is like a 6-inch screen. So definitely smaller. And this one is the 8-inch, I believe. This is the same up here, this clock. However, this with Apple CarPlay, it's just a lot more user-friendly, a lot more intuitive, a lot more 21st century, like I mentioned. So this alone, right when I checked this out, I was like, holy cow, this to me was worth $5,800, paying an additional $5,800 to have owned that 2019 for the last 5 months. So that's how I kind of chalked it up. Was it a smart move? I wouldn't really encourage people to do that. I mean, obviously 9 times out of 10 you're gonna lose. I mean, I did too, technically, but was it worth having a reliable 4Runner for 12,000 miles? A safe, reliable vehicle for my family. And yes, I decided it was worth it to me. So yeah, this is new down here as well. On the 2019, one was a fan. This was a fan, I think. And then this was a temperature, or either way, I forget. Whereas now it's the dual sync. Yeah. I'm trying to think what else is different. This is all the same up here. Crawl control, lights, garage door sync. Same back seat there. Nothing different there. But it works well with kiddos. If you have 2, it's perfect. Once you start creeping toward 3, then you maybe want to start looking at the Land Cruiser. But yeah, those are the biggest things I wanted to show you guys. Has the, see here, radar detection, lane assist will beep at you if you start veering out a little bit, and then adaptive cruise control, right? So when you can pin it at 75, and if you start creeping up on somebody, it will start slowing down to keep distance, a safe amount of distance from the guy in front of you.